Yo, what's going on, man? What's happening, brother?
What's
Uh,
happening with you? What's
oh
happening?
man, excited, brother, excited, man. This is the very first episode of Firm Fatherhood podcast for 2026.
Yes, sir.
All the great things coming down the pipe for 2026, man. I am excited. I'm greatly appreciative of everything that went down and all the partnerships that we had in 2025. And we are back to
Mhm.
roll again, man, at the start of the year, man. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man. Like you said, excited. New year, new goals, new life.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
we
yep.
about to
What
do
this
this
what
thing,
what
man.
they say? New year, new me, man. Is that what they be saying?
That's
New
what they
year.
say. That's what they say.
Yeah, man. We kind of just kind of looking and reflecting on 2025 and all the partnerships that we made and all the different events that we did, all the new ventures that we kind of got to experience. Man, it was a great year, man. But we're looking to bigger and better in here in 2026, man. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to, bro?
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to being a part of that Indiana Black Expo.
Mm,
That's one thing that we did not do last year, and we
right.
definitely on the list for 26.
Mm-hmm.
But the events that we did last year in 25, the Michael Jackson event back at the crib and
Oh man,
Jerry, that was a
that
big
might have been
one.
my
That was
favorite.
a
That might
big
have
one.
been my
Yeah,
favorite. Yeah,
that was a
definitely.
big one.
Yeah, yeah. To be able to
We
go back home and be welcome like that and know that what we're doing matters and is needed. That was everything, man. We had some success here in Indy, but to take that thing on the road and to know that we have an audience elsewhere. There's a need that needs to be taken
there's
care
a
of
need.
elsewhere. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that, man. I love that, bro. That was my favorite one last year, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a good one.
I'm also looking forward to working with fathers and families, man. We got to come in the end of last month and kind of show who we are and how we can help and how we can lend a hand. So we're looking to do that again here coming January. So look out for us, man. Firm Fatherhood. We're looking to help. We're looking to lend a hand. We're looking to be a part of the solution. That's what we're looking to do. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Exciting times on the horizon, man. They
Yes,
say
yes.
new year, new levels. So let's
Yes,
get it.
yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Let's reach for them all, man. See what we can get. I'm excited about it, bro. Something else, man. We got on the horizon, man. We are upward and moving forward with our merch and things of that nature, man. As you can see, all the firm fatherhood merchandise right before you, but at the same time, we don't just make that. We love to make that for you. If you ever want anything or need anything from us, hit us up on our email. Hit us up on any social media site. Our phone number. What's our phone number, Doug?
888-395-4474.
Hit us up. Hit us up for any firm fatherhood merchandise needs or any personalized merchandise needs. We can take care of your softball team. We can take care of your family reunion. We can take care of, your kids' basketball team, man. We got the t-shirts for it, man. Whatever you need, man, give us a holler. We can get you together. We're trying to get this business aspect of things together as well as being out here in the community and helping. So one hand washes the other. So please come out there and check us out, man. Holler at us for any of those types of needs. We can get you together. We'll get you together.
Absolutely. And check us out on our website. It's currently under construction, but hopefully by the time this airs, it'll be up and running so you can place all your orders there. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But until then, if you would like to just donate, a little something,
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
ahead and hit us at buy me a cup of coffee / Firm Fatherhood. You can donate there, and we greatly appreciate it. All proceeds go to our foundation, and
Hmm.
it's just helping build the foundation in the community,
Yeah,
building stronger fathers. All
yeah.
right.
We'll build in families. We'll build in fathers. We'll build a community. That's what we are doing. So any proceeds or any monies that you decide to donate to Firm Fatherhood will be used for those things. So please let us know what we can do for you, and we appreciate any kind of donation, any kind of help, man. We out here trying to do the thing, man. So uh, join in the team and help us out. Help us out.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
So now,
2026, first one. What we talking about, man? It's got to be
man.
something big because this is the first one.
So
This the lead.
something that's been on my mind, man. Something that I have personally dealt with at one point in time, and hell, maybe still do, the, some, uh, how can I say, some tail end stuff that we are dealing with, man. We're going to be talking about parental alienation, man. Something that sometimes throughout a co-parenting situation, you find out, what's going on, what's being said about you, what's being plotted against you. It's just a lot of crazy stuff that's just not good for anybody involved. And before we dive into it, man, let's kind of tell you exactly what the definition of parental
Yeah.
alienation is.
Simplify that for me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
For the
yeah,
GED section in the back,
absolutely.
what is
Yeah,
that? What is
yeah, yeah,
parental
yeah.
alienation?
Parental alienation happens when a child is influenced directly or indirectly to reject, fear, or distance themselves from one parent due to the actions, words, or behaviors of the other parent. It doesn't always look extreme. Sometimes it sounds like several different things. Your dad doesn't really care. Your mom chose someone over you. If you love me, you wouldn't go over there. Those subtle words, those things that just kind of fall out of your mouth as a parent, man, that's the start of those things. Those are the starts of any type of parental alienation. So you want to make sure that you do the things that you need to do to make sure that you're not doing that, saying that, operating in that type of energy. I don't know, man. What do you think about that definition? Is that something that seems like it's right on, man? Or you got some other ones, but probably, you
Pretty
know,
much what I take from it is making the child feel guilty for loving both parents.
mm,
No matter how you feel about that the other parent, you shouldn't put that on a child. It's too much for a child to carry.
right,
Another thing is speaking negatively about the other parent, either like you said, directly or indirectly. Like your daddy ain't your mama, boy. I tell you, it's those little
man,
things that it plants a seed. And every
right,
time you say something or do something or they act a certain way, the children are smart enough. That seed is growing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
please, like you gotta stop sharing adult conversations in
yeah,
detail with kids.
yeah,
It
yeah,
needs to be age appropriate.
yeah. Because a lot of times, man,
Period. Point blank. Yep.
that is personal feelings, because of a relationship gone bad, because of harbored feelings as far as things that didn't go the way that you may have wanted them to go, or they're mad or upset. Either party is mad or upset because you didn't agree with something that they agreed with. Like, hey, newsflash: when you're co-parenting, you are not always going to be able to agree. You're just not. If you lived underneath the same roof, you don't agree all the time. It just doesn't happen like that. You're two different individuals. You were brought up differently. You understand and see things differently. So that's why it's called co-parenting. We don't get to win every single time. Sometimes, yeah, we're gonna let mom, I think she's right on this one. We're gonna roll with what she says, and vice versa, man. It has to be both sides of the coin. It can't just be one sided, and I can't be mad at you every time it didn't go the way I want it to go. So,
Yeah. Oftentimes that's how it goes.
right,
And when it goes that way, the child is left in a limbo, kind of feeling like I gotta choose between my mom or my dad. You
right,
know, they
right.
should never feel like that. Loving one parent means betraying the other is not the key here.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's not.
They should be able to feel free um, to love both.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Without having any
Yeah.
kind of bad intentions or harboring feelings of what's going to happen, retaliation. Like if I do this, what's going to happen later on? Um, the end of that definition is alienation can be intentional, it can be unintentional, or both mother and father can engage in it. Sometimes out of hurt, fear, anger, or unresolved trauma. But the truth is this: children should never have to be placed in the middle of an adult conflict. And that's
No, because
just,
what it leads to is
yeah,
anxiety and loyalty conflicts when they get older.
yeah,
They ain't gonna be able to trust their significant other growing up
right.
because of the things that we're doing to them as kids. We got to stop it. We got to do better. We owe it to the kids to do better.
I think a lot of the times that kind of falls to the wayside. I don't think mothers and fathers that engage in such behavior understand that you don't have to pay the piper down the road. You keep kicking that can down the road. At some point, that child is going to get hip to what it is you're doing and how you get down. You're going to understand, like, man, my mom or my dad has been lying to me this entire time. Like they've been telling me that this has been going on. And now with a closer look, I understand that that's not what's happening at all. You've been telling me a lie just to keep me on your side or to make you the favorite parent um, or any of those types of things, man. I think it's very damaging, very damaging, very
Yeah,
damaging.
because the resentment is gonna fall on both of you, both of the parents at that
Yeah,
point. When the kid finally realizes, like, oh, my mom was lying to me and she did this, or my
yeah,
dad was lying to me and he did that, they gonna end up resenting both of y'all because they be like, y'all couldn't get y'all stuff together. So I don't
yeah.
trust neither one of us.
Right, right, right.
Period.
Like, I don't even know what's going on. Um, so when we're talking about parental alienation, man. Some of the ways parental alienation impacts the children. When children are caught in parental conflict, they don't just hear words; they internalize them. Research and lived experiences show that alienation can lead to anxiety and depression, loyalty conflicts, low self-esteem, difficulty trusting relationships later in life. Man, that's
Hmm.
that's just a lot to have to deal with because you don't want to tell the truth or you want to tilt it one way or the other because you want to be held as the best parent or the better parent or the favorite parent, man. It's just you are doing
It's
more
not worth
damage
it.
than good.
Yeah, it's not worth it. And the other side of that, the other side of the coin is when children hear the attack on the other parent, they feel like they're being attacked, or at least half of them is being attacked.
Yeah. Well,
You can't do that. It's not a good look. It's not
man.
a good look. You're going to cause irreversible damage to that kid. So please just think about it. I often think when we're in these situations, you have to have your best podium
Mhm,
presence when the kid is around. You know, whether
mhm.
you watch sports, or whatever. When you're speaking at the podium, it has to be calculated. It has to be, stick to the speaking points.
Right.
Absolutely, you got to stick to the speaking points. Speak to the truth. Do not confuse the truth with your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
There's two different things.
It's two different
There's
things.
two different things. They may be your truth, but it's not the truth.
Right.
Yeah. It's two different things.
If you
When it,
can't identify the one or the two, leave it
nah.
alone. Don't even speak on it.
No. One of the most craziest things out of this entire situation is, regardless of whether or not you like it or not, this child is made up of you and I. And when you alienate one parent from the other, you're teaching that kid to dislike or hate that part of themselves that has something to do with the other parent that you're trying to alienate. Like, and when you leaving a child to have to sort through those type of emotions, it leads to confusion and misunderstanding. Like, okay, so I'm not supposed to love my dad. Um, I'm not supposed to be proud that I'm like him. I'm not supposed to love every part of me or respect and love my dad or my mom. Like it's so many different things that come into question when you are, bad mouthing or trying to say, oh yeah, he's not that, he's not this, that, and the third. Man, that's oh man, that does so much more damage than good. They think they're getting over it in the moment, but like we just talked about, going forward, at some point in time, the truth's gonna come out. It's gonna come out, and then you're gonna have to take responsibility for the things that you said and how you acted and how you behaved. So, I don't know.
One of the notes I saw on this was, am I reacting or am I responding?
Mm,
There's a difference. You
mm,
cannot react. Everything does not need a reaction. You need to take your time, internalize it, really, really think about it, analyze what's being done, and then respond.
yeah,
Because when you react, it's just fly, off the cuff, like,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no, no. Okay, once you respond, you're looking at the situation saying, okay, what is the best way to handle this situation in this moment? And it
right,
takes a lot of intelligent, emotional intelligence
yeah,
to do this.
it
This
does.
isn't a trait that you are born with. This takes some time to actually, hone in.
It's a
You know,
maturity. It's a
it's a
maturity.
maturity thing,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because oftentimes when you're with that co-parent, they know how to trigger you. Y'all
yeah,
spend some time together, even if it was just for one night. Y'all spend some time together, and they know
yeah,
how to push that button,
yeah,
and they will lean on that joint.
yeah. Yeah.
You got to know not to be able. You have to know when to react versus when to respond.
And what's even more hurtful sometimes is it sometimes it just doesn't end with the parent. Um, when you are trying to alienate, if for instance, if you're trying to alienate dad, Sometimes that encompasses the entire family, grandma, uncles,
Yeah.
aunts.
The
So
whole
now,
dad side. Yeah.
yeah, so now, you know, so everybody's on that side feel a certain type of way because they don't ever get to spend time, see. It's an awkward feeling, uncomfortable feeling. And I take that to heart, man, a lot because, you know, just a personal piece about myself, man. I never really had a close relationship to a grandparent. My grandparents passed a little earlier in my life. The one that was around was a little bit more estranged, and it was a difficult relationship because my mom and her relationship was difficult. It's just that don't ever feel good. You want your entire family behind you, to have your back and or to understand and know what you're going through and what's happening. But when mom is in that type of energy, it's difficult, man, because I would never take a grandparent, from my kids. Now we all understand and know that in situations to whereas we have relatives and stuff that are dangerous or there's some dangerous rhetoric or some relatives that be like, nah, we don't really want you spending time with them because of what they may be into. But that's a whole different situation about my personal feelings for them. Like anything that we may have gone through or dealt with. That doesn't mean that they're not a good aunt, uncle, grandparent, and all the above. I would never stop that relationship because who knows what can come from that relationship? Well, who knows what they are teaching your kids and things of that nature, man. So that to me
Values.
personally,
Yeah.
what I've had to deal with, um, and with relationships within my family dynamic, um, I feel a certain type of way about my kids' relationship with my mom. I didn't really get to have a close relationship with a grandmother. So I want them to have that relationship with their grandmother. So um, it just kind of affects a lot more than just a parent a lot of the times. A lot of
Yeah.
times.
It's generational,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, it starts as a kid. If you teaching a kid that side of the family, or you feel some type of way about that side of the family, they're going to grow up and still feel that way.
All
So that
right.
when they're adults and can make decisions, they may be like, nah, I'm not going to go over dad's house because it
Mhm.
may make mom feel some type of way, or,
Right,
I got to
right,
have loyalty to my mother, so I can't go there, or
right.
vice versa. Even if the
Mhm.
dad is poisoning the well,
Yeah.
you going over your mom's house, her mom
Mhm.
does this or her dad does that, and I don't like Uncle such. You got to
Mhm.
leave all that alone. You have got to
Yeah.
trust that co-parent to put the child in the best position to
Mhm.
where no harm will come to that child.
Right.
You just got to
Mhm.
trust that.
Yeah.
They're both of our kids, and I want nothing but the best. And if something's out of pocket, especially when I'm around, I just trust that I will address that.
In a lot of ways, you have to sometimes even pretend that you're still together. Because a lot of things that you do when you're co-parenting is like spiteful. Like, I'm like, we gonna go to this daycare. This daycare is $600 a week. When we went and got a $600 a week daycare, we were together living in the same household. I know we know that economically that just wouldn't work for us. They know as a family, we're trying to do the best things for the kids and for the family that we can afford. That stuff goes out the window because now we're dealing in spite. We're being spiteful towards each other. We're trying to hurt each other, and all that stuff just hurts the kid. So if we're underneath the same roof, why would I stop or limit your experiences with your other family members or try to down talk on anybody? And that's not what I would do if we were together. So since we're apart, you got to get all those bad feelings, man, and kind of get those out the way because they are in the way of you co-parenting and being a good parent. That's not anything that you want to do. So let's get that out of the way instead of just kind of laying in that behavior and making it worse for everybody involved. So you know. Um, it says this is where balance matters. To mothers, you are powerful influences in your child's life. Even casual comments, tone, or body language can shape how a child views her father if there's pain with the father. Seek healing, but don't pass that pain to the child. Deal with whatever your emotions are with dad, whatever personal emotions or dealings that you have with him. Deal with that so we can parent one another. To the fathers, your response matters as well. Disengaging, reacting with anger, speaking negatively about the mother can also push a child further into conflict. Your consistency, patience, and emotional regulations are the key, like you just said. emotional intelligence, understanding what one thing is, and that has nothing to do with the other. Like, hey, how I feel personally about your mom has nothing to do with what type of parent she is. If she's doing the things that she's supposed to be doing, we all good. We all good. Co-parenting doesn't require friendship, but it does require respect.
So here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that the co-parent is not up to par, is not doing what you feel like they should be doing. What do you do in
Mhm.
that situation? Because everybody does not get along, everybody doesn't see things the same way. Certain people focus on, let's say, education, other
Mhm.
people are more, athletics. You're trying to get your kid to a D1 school on an
Right.
athletic scholarship, and you're
Right.
like, school ain't that important. He needs to go to practice.
Hmm.
Well, she's like, oh no, the school is a student athlete. Student is first, so we need to focus on the student part of it. How do you
Hmm.
deal with those situations?
A conversation. Well, at least let's start at a conversation. Let's do that. Um, Maybe a third party. It doesn't have to be an attorney. It doesn't have to be court. It could be another family member that we both trust.
Mhm. That
And
don't matter
that's
because
hard
who's
to
family
pull off.
member?
And that's
Who's
hard to
family
pull off.
member? Yeah.
Maybe it can be a friend that we both trust. Because at one point in time, like I said, we were around each other. We were together. We were in the same circle in order to have a baby at some point. Most cases, anyway.
Most times you got them
Um,
one night stingers,
yeah,
bro.
you got them one night boys, but um, you gotta want to put yourself in a situation that you are mature, two mature adults being able to sit down and have a conversation. And like I said before in the beginning, you're not gonna win everyone. It's not gonna go your way each and every time. And that's difficult, man. But I would say you would exhaust all possibilities to be able to deal with the situation on your own before you go into court. Because when you go into court, everything you do is going to cost you money, brother. Everything you do is going to cost you a couple dollars. You want to get an attorney to be that third party? It's going to cost you a couple dollars. Sometimes it's going to cost you for your attorney and her attorney, depending upon what kind of court that you're in. Court costs, fees, they'll bring all kind of third parties into it. I would suggest if you two mature thinking adults, you wouldn't want all these other people in your business. You want to be able to sit down and deal with your own situation. But sometimes it just doesn't go that way.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, you just got to be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, pay the piper,
Yeah,
see what
yeah,
they say. So,
yeah, yeah,
you just
yeah,
got to know what's best for your situation and
yeah,
what's best for your household.
yeah, yeah. But I would definitely say exhaust all possibilities before going into court. Because once you get into court, a lot of that stuff is out of your hands. A lot of the people that you're going to have to deal with, a lot of the third party people that come into your situation, you're not going to be able to pick and choose who you want and who you don't like, and therapists and attorneys and man, it is crazy, bro. So I would suggest that you get on top of it and do what you need to do to hopefully be able to settle that stuff and not have to go into court to be able to have to settle that stuff, especially something as small as a dispute about whether or not they play sports or not, what kind of after school activities that they are included in. If you can't deal with that stuff, then you in for a long ride, bro. Because if you got to go back and forth to court every time you have a disagreement, you're gonna be a broke something.
Broke. Yeah. And And those are
Yeah, no
those
money.
are finances that you could be pouring into the household instead of
To your
out of yourself.
children. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
I get it. I
Absolutely.
get it.
All right, man. So, we talked about a lot of the issues and problems that we're having as far as parental alienation is concerned. Let's talk about some solutions. Um, let's talk about some healthy co-parenting practices that could kind of hopefully alleviate some of those issues that kind of occur when we're talking about parental alienation. Um, Healthy co-parenting sounds like you can love both parents. That sounds
Yeah.
easy. That sounds like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But in a lot of ways, man, that's not how it goes all the time. So you can love both parents. That's between adults. Your job is to be a kid. And that's one of the most powerful statements that you give a kid. Because as an adult that's been doing this thing for 47 years, I always think back to the simple times of being a child and just have to worry about being a child. I ain't got to worry about this parent being mad at me because I'm loving this one too much and vice versa. Going over to spend time with my dad or my mom and somebody's upset about that. That is insane for a child to have to worry about. Worry about being a kid and let the adults do what they do because that's what they're going to do anyway. Your mom or dad loves you, even if we disagree. Those Reinforcing statements that you would say to a child gives that child confidence enough to be able to love freely and not worry about any kind of repercussion from it. Those are powerful things. It looks like honoring parenting time. Ooh, boy. That's a big one. That's a big one. Um, those are one of those things, man, that I had to deal with quite a bit in the beginning, man. Fighting over holidays, birthdays, summers, events.
Now,
Um,
when you say fighting, of what do you mean? Be more specific. Are you fighting to get those, or are you fighting to push those away?
regardless of what our Bible, the parenting time guidelines said, and we said we were going, as long as it went her way, we were going through the parenting time guidelines. But the minute it didn't go the way that she wanted to go or it wasn't planned, then we was gonna make a change at the last minute. Been a lot of different times, man, that I've showed up to pick up the kids from school or daycare and they weren't there. Or a lot of times that I've had something planned, parties and things of that nature, and I wasn't able to get the kids. Just not cool. It's not cool on the father's end either, man. But it's just not a good feeling. It is important to be able to honor that parenting time because it makes the kid feel like one parent has more power than the other, or one parent is more or
Yeah,
less important than the other.
I can do whatever I want. Nah,
Exactly.
son, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a good
it,
feeling.
it, it's hard dealing with those situations and having those conversations because they do arise. And one of the things that I researched and found a good way to talk is speak neutrally to your children when those situations do occur, because it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. Somebody, auntie came into town, they ain't seen the kid ever, and now all of a sudden everything changes. But you don't know what that other parent has going on. Hey, I didn't pay for this, that, and the third. I don't care about auntie such and such. It's my turn. Auntie such and such should have came on your weekend. Or maybe you are able to, okay, let's fix this. Let's work it out. Okay, I really like auntie such and such, so I'm gonna go ahead and send her your way. But I get to double up. I get her the next 2 weeks or the next 3 weeks or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But one thing that I found was speak neutrally instead of when the dad or the mom can't come or they don't show up, instead of saying your dad or your mom never shows up, replace that kind of rhetoric with your dad or mom will explain their schedule. You
Yeah.
may fully know,
Yeah.
but put it back on the other parent.
Yeah.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You can talk to your dad about that.
Yeah.
You need to encourage communication
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the other parent. Talk
Yeah.
to him. Talk to her.
Yeah.
I really don't know, sweetheart.
Mhm.
Wipe their tears and get them out of
Mhm.
that emotional rut that they are probably in,
Right.
but put the onus back on the co-parent. It's
Oh,
not your place to kill Superman or to
right.
kill Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
That co-parent, that other parent, is your child's hero. How dare you victimize or kill off their hero? That's not fair. They should have the onus to say, hey, mom, dad, what happened? And then they have that conversation. If it's BS, it's BS. But like you said earlier in the cast, everything comes to light. At
Yeah.
a certain point, they're gonna be like, you know what? Mom or dad never badmouth the other parent.
Hmm.
However, I'm starting to see for myself that mom or dad they was off a little bit in some of their things. So
Let them see
that was
for
one thing that I picked
themselves.
up. Let them see it for
Let
themselves.
them see it for themselves.
A healthy child can love two parents without dividing loyalty.
Yeah.
Do not come in the middle of that child's development.
Right. Right.
Do not.
Right. Because just kind of piggybacking off of what you just said, it is. I'm. Let me be clear. I'm not telling you if you were a mom and dad is not coming, he's always missing his weekends, he's not picking them the kids up when he's supposed to. I'm not telling you that it's your job to carry that and to protect him. I'm not telling you that that's the case. I'm not telling you that at all. But I'm telling you that the kids are going to see that, they're going to understand that, they're going to know what's going on, they're going to know the truth as they get older. Because as they get older, you have more experiences, you have more understanding, you become more wise, you gain to see things for yourself instead of having to be fed all these different things and have to come up with some kind of conclusion or whatever it is that you want to come up with. Just direct them in the way, like you said, of the other parent. Hey, I don't know, talk to your dad. Talk to your dad. I'm not sure what happened. Because we as adults know that things happen, schedules change, last minute things happen all the time. That's just kind of what life is. Kids don't always understand that. So you can take that situation, and in that case, to be like, hey, talk to your dad. Anything could have happened. I'm not sure what happened. That way, the onus is on that individual. It's on that adult. You have to deal with, and it's your responsibility to raise or have that kind of relationship with your son or your daughter. So open lines of communication can be open. So I feel you on that, brother. That when I said honoring parenting time, that clicked. I'm like, ooh, we, ooh, we.
On both sides.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
both
man.
sides. Because
All the
as a
time,
young
man.
parent, we be like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I just
Yeah.
kicked it. I just did whatever.
Yep. Yep.
But sometimes you don't have that option. You
You
got to
don't.
think about the mom. The mom is
No.
like, I've
No.
been grinding all week. I'm ready for this weekend. And
Yeah.
then you like, yeah, I ain't gonna come.
Be like, man, I got these concert tickets, man. I ain't
Right.
gonna never. And then you ask first, be like, hey, you mind keeping them for the weekend? No. Like, and then you disappear or something, man. That's foul. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We can look at it on both sides of the coin. It's foul as hell. Don't do no stuff like that, man. That's your child. Your child living
That's
with you
your
full
child.
time. You can't just get rid of your child. Be like, hey, I'm going to this concert. I'm going to the club. I'm going out of town, whatever the case may be. If you're honest with each other and have an honest situation going about as far as your co-parenting situation is concerned, it'll be times where you kind of have each other's back. Yeah, I know it's been a long week. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead and bring them over here. This ain't my weekend, but that's my child. I don't care about my
Hmm.
weekend or not. Bring them on over here. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. You would be happier to have that type of relationship with the other co-parent than to have a volatile one where you're always trying to give back or one up each other. You don't want to do that. That ain't what you want to do. That ain't what you want to have. What we were just talking about, communicating directly, not through the child. That is important as well. Don't call me talking about what your mama said. Don't call me talking about what your daddy said. Where your daddy at? Where your mama at? Let me talk to them. Let me see what's going on. I don't need a third party interpretation, especially from a 7-year old. I don't need that. I'm good. I'm good on that. So, um, keeping adult conversations off social media or hitting
I'm
on
good
this.
on that. I don't have to do all that. I'm been straight. Yeah. I'm direct to the point. Ain't no innuendos. You
No,
gonna know. Yeah.
no. I'm a holler at you. I'm a holler at you. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. That's crazy, but I can't say that I have not seen millions of
Oh,
posts
yeah.
on social
Yeah.
media dogging the other co-parent. Like, look, man, keep y'all personal business off social media, man. That stuff don't go away. That digital
It
footprint does
don't.
not go away. Does not go away.
And now
Uh,
you are inviting everybody else into
into your
y'all.
business. Come on,
Yeah.
come on,
No.
man. That's not
And
cool.
it's typically the bad. It's never the good. Like, oh yeah, he did this or she did that. It's
Right.
normally, boy, this MF and this da da
Yeah.
da da da.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Not cool.
Stop it.
Not cool. Not cool at all. Supporting therapy or mediation when needed. Had several mediation sessions. I can't tell you whether or not they worked all that great or not, but we've had several mediation sessions, man. Like I said before, these mediation sessions were always done by attorneys or people that were hired by the court and things of that nature, man. You can stop it way before it gets to that. You don't even have to pay all those thousands of dollars just for somebody to sit there and listen to your personal business. You really don't have to do that. You just need two adults, two mature adults into a situation that can come in and be like, hey man, let's work this out so it's good for everybody involved. You know.
Yeah, because when you get the courts involved, they say they're doing it for the betterment of the child, but let's be
Mhm.
honest.
Yeah,
The two people involved know what's best for the kid. You
right.
guys were in this relationship at for however long it
Mhm.
took to create that child.
Yep.
Y'all was in a relationship. Y'all know what's best. The court just trying to, collect a little fee. Yeah. Don't
Collect a
forget to pay
couple
your
dollars
docket
off the
fees on the
top.
way out. Yeah. We sat here and
Oh,
listened to y'all. Y'all can't can y'all
yeah.
can't come up with nothing. Y'all good? Oh well.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you to court. It's gonna cost you another $200. You better to
Yeah.
show up with an attorney. It's
Yeah.
gonna cost you.
Yeah.
So set all that foolishness aside for the child's sake. Let's keep the focus on the children for the
Right.
children's sake. Keep
Right.
it focused, keep it respectful. Use
Right.
communications when emotions run. I'm sorry, use written communication when
Mhm.
emotions run high. That way everybody knows it's not like, oh, you said this and no, I meant that. Clear, concise communication needs to be written down. That way you can go back and say, hey, got my receipts. This is what you said on this day.
A lot of times those texts and those emails can be your best friend because you can refer back and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Hell, Most states have an app that you guys can get
Mhm.
on at the same time, kind of creating a calendar of some sorts. So there's not it's less confusion about whose weekend whose is or whose time it is to get the birthday and all the above. And that app is being monitored by the court. Like I said, man, these people don't mind getting in your business, bro. They'll get in your business and make you pay for
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, hey,
It's their pleasure. They love to help.
they
Oh,
see
y'all
you coming a
arguing
mile
again? Come
away.
on through. Yeah,
They see you
come
come like,
on back.
hey,
Yep.
come on, I got the perfect attorney for you, man. Over there, about $1,000 an hour. So I got perfect. Hey, man, I got this therapist, court appointed. Like, go see them. Like, by the way, whatever the fee is going to be attached to that. Like, man, they're not looking to do these things. So like, we got to get better families around here. We got to get better. They don't care about none of that. They're trying to take your bread.
The courts are not concerned with keeping kids, for the betterment of the kids or, with the right parent. They trying to fix them potholes on 38th Street. They trying to get
Yeah.
that construction done on 65. Let's just
Mhm.
be honest. That's what they want. You are
Yeah.
a tax-paying resident of Marion County or whatever county you may be in,
Right.
and they want your dollars. On top of
That's
the
it.
tax dollars that you're already paying,
That's
they
it.
want more.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
grab and go. Y'all can't figure it
Yep.
out?
Yep.
Come this way.
Yep. We
Holla at your
are
boy.
the city is enjoying our community's dysfunction. That's what they
Oh,
are
yeah.
doing.
Absolutely.
They're benefiting off of it. They're enjoying it, and they sit back and laugh, and they see you coming from a mile away. Like, look at these two. They can't even say hello and goodbye to each other. We're gonna get all kind of money from them. By the time they
Free
get
bread.
finished, by the time these kids are 18, we've been to have a whole new toll road on 65. What's going on, man? We have
Because
it
it's something
all.
y'all done paid
Yeah,
for.
thanks.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, man, let's try to fit those situations before they even get to that point. Sometimes there's no other choice, so unfortunately, depending upon the partner that you chose, but it just depends. Just depends. Uh,
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Season 1, check it out. Um, when alienation is happening, what to do? Let's talk about some more solutions. Talk about some more solutions. If you believe alienation is occurring, document facts, not emotions. Document facts, not emotions. That's important. Make sure that you are writing things down when things are happening, things that are unsafe and unpositive for your child. Make sure that you can correct those things and refer back to those things that you've documented, like we were just talking about a second ago, with your emails, text messages. Use that app that the state gives you in order to kind of understand what the events and birthdays and all that stuff is going on. You don't want to sometimes, but sometimes is one of the best things that you can do. Like, all right, let me do this stuff the right way because I'm tired of all this confusion and all this crazy stuff. It's not good for anybody. It's not healthy for anybody. Um, Stay consistent and present. It can get frustrating. It can get frustrating as hell. You can be, especially, speaking from my point of view as a father, it just seems like our rights have to be fought for. Of course, we have them, but you have to fight like hell to have them and to keep them and have them be enforced because sometimes the other party can care less about what that court order says. So be consistent and be present. If there's situations, especially nowadays, man, we got cell phones. Kids got cell phones 7, 8 years old. Continue to contact your kid. Make sure you know what's going on at school. Make sure that you are able to be visible and present in those places where you know your kid is always going to be, so they know. Hey man, I see that all the time. Like I look up and I see him at school. I saw him. He picked me up from practice. He called me last night. Be present. Be you know, be present.
Accountable.
Be consistent. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Accountability is big, especially
yeah.
with kids. If you say you're gonna do something, do it.
Yeah, do it.
100%.
Follow up.
Follow up. Be there for that.
Mhm.
One of the things I saw while researching this was you don't need cooperation to be accountable. You need consistency, which doubles back on what you were just saying. Like
Mhm.
as a child, you need consistency. Like it is
Mhm.
very important.
Yeah,
With my wife and I, when we were raising our kids, we was like, we need a house. We tired of moving apartment to apartment. They jumping school to school, friend to
yeah,
friend. They need some consistency in their lives.
yeah.
They can't get
Stability.
that from their parents. They will never have it. It's not something that they're going to look for. It's like,
Right.
oh, this is just the way of the world. I'm going to keep moving, keep bouncing, keep doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah. No, no.
Be
Stability
consistent.
is
At least one of
all.
those parents.
Man, look, man, and everybody's not able to do this, but I can go home to Gary right now and go walk back into the same house that I was raised in, man. And and they did those things, and they moved right when I was like 2 years old, right before. I think I was 1 or 2 when we moved to that house, and my mother's still in that house to that day. That stability means everything to me. It meant
Yeah.
everything to my raising, to my upbringing, my sister, my brother. It meant everything to me, and it was a model of what I needed to be for my kids to be okay. I wasn't able to do the same thing that my parents did, but I was able to refer back to it and be like, "Hey, what did this do for me? What do I know that it can do for my kids?" And that, like you said, that stability means everything to be able to move forward
The
and grow.
consistency in your speech as well. I'm pretty
Right,
sure if you said you was going to be there, you was there. There
right,
are situations where, hey, I had to work over or something
right.
happened, but your word is your bond, especially men.
Absolutely.
You have to stand on business.
Yeah,
Have to.
do what you say you're gonna do. Do what you say you're gonna do. Um, avoid retaliation. I say it all the time, man. You go back and look at these podcasts. Do not engage. Do not engage. Man, I'm telling you, you'll look back some years before and you'll look at all the time, energy, and resources that you wasted. Just call yourself trying to retaliate or trying to get back at somebody. Man, put yourself in a position where you are moving forward and that you're not feeding into whatever negativity that the other co-parent might be spewing. Put yourself in a position to where you're like, nah, that's not advantageous of anything healthy in this relationship. I'm going to do what I think is best for the child. As long as you keep that and let that be your beacon, I'm gonna do what's best for the child. I think you'll
That's
be
it.
okay. I think you'll
That's
be
it.
okay. Yep. Yep.
Takes
See,
me back to a conversation I had with my daughter. She just said she was watching me interact with something. I can't even remember the situation,
right.
but she was like, I was impressed with how unbothered you were. And I was like, huh.
Ain't that nice?
Because, yeah, 10 years ago, I'd have absolutely been bothered by what was
Snap.
happening. But that emotional intelligence, I was like, okay,
Hey man,
okay.
they
But
always
because my
watching.
kids was watching, I was like, no,
Mhm.
this ain't, I'm not going to react.
They
I'm
always
going to
watching.
respond.
Yep.
So, one of the greatest gifts you can give your child is showing them how to manage conflict without cruelty. And
Yeah.
I grew up, I'm one of the cruelest people. Yeah, it's deeply rooted.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all like,
Yeah.
man, him. Yes, me.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
friends have rotten me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
We
am
pretty
very
bad
cruel.
about
That
it.
mouth, that tongue is whoo, is
We are
sharp.
pretty bad about it,
So
brother. We are
it
pretty
takes
bad
some
about
time
it.
for me to learn how to
Yeah.
not respond in cruelty because I'm not one to play with you. I will bite your head off in a
Yeah.
heartbeat with my
Yeah.
words. So
Yeah.
I was very proud of myself, and I didn't even realize I was doing it or that they were watching me so intently. So
Mm, Kids always
please do
watching,
not
man.
respond to that co-parenting with cruelty.
Yeah, yeah. And even going further than that, man, they're always watching to the point where when you're driving, somebody takes your parking spot, somebody cuts you off,
Hmm.
when
Hmm.
you have a disagreement with one of their teachers, when you have anything that's going on, the
How
kids are
you
watching how you deal with conflict
resolve conflict?
resolution. They're
Yep.
trying to see how you deal with it because 9 times out of 10, that's exactly how they're going to deal with it. So make sure that you are someone that the kids can look up to, look towards on how to properly handle those types of situations. That's important. That's
Yes.
important.
Very,
Seek
very important.
counseling or family mediation. Um, I'm always down for that, man, because regardless of whether or not that you believe in um, counseling or therapy or whatever the case may be, it's a situation to where you get to talk. You get to kind of get things off your chest, off your heart, off your mind. And a lot of times, man, when you do things like that, you kind of lead yourself to your own answer. When you're talking about it constantly, when you're talking to somebody that cares about you, or somebody that you are paying to kind of help you navigate some of these situations, when you are able to kind of talk about things, it helps the situation. You just don't want to be in a situation where you are festering and holding this stuff and keeping it in and not able to talk about it. You need to be able to talk about the things that are bothering you, especially within such a close family dynamic. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help anybody to be put in a situation where you are not sharing things, letting people know what's on your mind, what's hurting you, what's bothering you. I would tell you in a heartbeat, man, go talk to somebody. There's things that we deal with since childhood that still live in your mind rent free. So be able to talk to somebody, man. Get that stuff off your mind, off your heart, so that you can kind of usher in a healthier generation every generation. We always talk about the generational curses. Let's put a situation to where we are looking to better ourselves in every generation instead of taking those same issues that we dealt with in the past generation and reliving those things. So
That's dope. That's
now,
dope.
know your legal rights, but don't let court be the first tool, only the last resort. I just was talking about that, man. Don't be proactive. Be proactive. Be proactive about the issues that come about and the things that you're dealing with. Sit down, talk about them, see what you can do. Because when you get to court, man, I hope you got them deep pockets, bro. Sis. I hope both of y'all got deep pockets. Because now the things that you would have wanted to do for your child come the future, putting money away from college, whatever the case may be. Now those stuff, because you're gonna look back. I look back, man, I spent thousands of dollars in court, bro. Thousands of dollars. And that could have been used for all kind of stuff for these kids at this point in time. And a lot of it was not needed. It was just some back and forth, uh, undecisive, retaliatory, all that stuff is what it was. And it cost me so much time, energy, and resources. So,
And think about that. You spend thousands of dollars in court, and
mhm.
we've all been in the court system or seen court.
Mhm.
It's not always the right person. It's the right attorney that often can make some things move or shake
That's
some
it.
stuff, and the judge will
And
favor
the,
in your way.
and the right attorney is usually the most expensive attorney.
That's where I was
That's
going.
usually,
So you got
that's
that paper,
usually-
then you can go ahead,
yeah,
shake the case
yeah,
and make the best for the kid.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just being honest. A lot of times, moms are, struggling moms and they don't have the money, or struggling
Mhm.
dad even because they paying child support, whatever. They don't have the money to get a good lawyer,
Yeah,
but the other person does. And
yeah,
they win because
yeah,
guess what? They got that bread.
yeah.
Which leads you to know it's not about the kid. If
No,
you get them
no,
courts involved, it's really not about them kids.
no,
They don't care. May the best
no.
man win.
Yeah,
Highest
yeah,
paying attorney. And
yeah,
it's the legal system. They're going to do everything to butter each other's. The judge is like, do you have an attorney? You ain't got no
yeah.
attorney? They don't even want to hear from you.
Nah, they don't have nothing you
Go
got
get
to
that
say.
attorney because
Yeah,
they're trying to feed the wheel, keep
yeah,
that whole system. The
yeah.
clerk, they got the
Everybody's
biggest
eating.
attitudes.
Yes.
When you go in there to pay your child support, they got an attitude
Yeah,
with
they
you.
look rolling your eyes at you, looking crazy at you, like, what's
Seriously?
going on? Like, I'm here to do the right thing, right?
No.
No, nah,
We're
nah.
supposed to be chasing you so we can put you in jail, so
Yeah,
we can make some more money off of
yeah.
you.
Take your
No,
license,
sir.
throw you in
No, ma'am.
jail. Hey, man, everybody got to eat off of you, off of your
Mhm.
dysfunction,
Once you in that system,
off of what you got going on, off of what you doing. Hey, man, switch that up, bro. Don't be put yourself in a situation where you are benefiting everybody else but yourself and your family. Because
if you
yourself
can,
and your family, yeah, yourself
by
and your
all
family.
means,
If
if you
you
can
on
stay
one
out of that
stage,
court system, stay out of it.
yep, oh yeah,
But if
man.
need be, go ahead and go see them peoples. I had to.
Hmm.
I had to go see them
I
peoples to
had
get
to
some
as well. A lot of us have to. But we're here to tell the story now so we can tell you, hey, look, it's not completely necessary all the time. Sometimes it can be avoided. And if it
yeah,
can be avoided, avoid it. But if it can't, do what you got to do. And again, going back to what we always keep talking about, please choose wisely, man, because you be put in a situation where you guys are just throwing money out the window and burning it. Time, energy, your kids, years of your kids' lives, and things that go, man, it's not worth it. It's not
it's
worth it.
not.
So,
Absolutely not.
so yeah, man. Some of the things that we talked about today, hope, healing. Parental alienation doesn't have to be the end of the story. Healing is possible when parents choose growth over ego and children over conflict. At Firm Fatherhood, we work to equip fathers and families and the tools the co-parent needs for the strength, wisdom, and accountability. And that's one of the biggest things that you can possibly have is just accountability, personal accountability. You can't have accountability for somebody else because if you're always telling me what everybody else did, that means that you don't know what you got going on. Tell
Exactly.
me what you are doing. Tell me what it is that you can do to change the situation. Because if it's two of you, you have part responsibility in this situation too. You can't keep telling me what she's doing and you're not telling me nothing that you're doing. What are you doing to fix it? If you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, what is that called?
Insane. And a
Insanity, sir.
membrane.
Insanity. You're gonna have to do something different. You have to change it up. You have to come at it from a different angle. And it's all about. If you're struggling, reach out. If you made mistakes, own them. If you're hurting, get support, get help. Our children are watching how we handle conflict. Let's show them what we do maturely, through love, and what leadership looks like. Um, we just talked about this a second ago, man.
Lead.
They're always watching.
Lead by example.
They're always watching. You don't want to be in a situation where you have done all this crazy stuff, raised your kids, and now you're reliving the same thing because of what your kids got from you. So when they start having kids, they're dealing with the same situation and they're handling it just like you did. You don't want that, bro. You want to show them a different way, a better way, and kind of put yourself in a situation to whereas they have saw how you've resolved those issues that you once had. So
They know that they can go to that toolbox and there's a tool in there. They may
right.
not remember, but let me look around. Oh, yeah, this is what dad did in that situation. Oh, yeah, this is how mom handled that situation. Let me kind of mimic those. You don't want to mimic in the bad
Right.
all the time.
Right. No, you don't want that. This is not good at all. At all, bro. But yeah, man, hopefully, through what we talked about today, we've given you some reasons and some things to look at when parental alienation is an act that either parent can kind of jump on and it's hurtful for the entire family. And hopefully, we also give you some resolutions, some answers to some of those things and what you can do to turn it around and to do something different and to make sure that your kids are able to love in a safe environment and they have that safe space to love mom, to love dad, to communicate with mom, to communicate with dad, and not be put in a situation they feel like they have to pick or that they have to choose. I would imagine that is a horrible situation to be in. Why can't I love my dad? Why can't I love him freely? Um, why can't I love him in front of you freely? I can't hug him and love on him without you feeling a certain type of way. Man, that's crazy when you think about it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's yeah, let's come together, man, and make sure that that's something that we are not dealing with in this community anymore, and we are kind of giving these kids a way to be free and to love freely.
Yeah, I got one closing statement for the co-parents out there. Accountable co-parenting isn't being friends. Let's just be clear. Y'all are not supposed to be friends. Y'all don't have to be friends. You can be, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be friends. We're not asking you to be friends. It's more about being responsible
Yeah,
for the child.
yeah,
When we protect our children from adult conflict, we give them permission to grow wholeheartedly without choosing sides.
yeah,
All right. So let's just keep the focus there. Let's keep the focus on the kids.
yeah.
Remove your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be friends,
Mm-hmm.
but just be business partners
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Easier said than done.
It is. It
Easier
absolutely is
said than
easier
done.
said than done.
But for mom and for dad, lay down, you made this child, you brought this person into the fray, you brought this person into the family. Now, good or bad, you got to deal with it at least for 18 years, at least, for 18 years.
Longer than
So,
that, bro.
so they ain't going nowhere no
Oh,
time soon.
lie. For
You
real,
know what
for
I'm
real.
saying? So yeah, pick a better way. Do what you need to do to make sure that your family is okay going forward. All right. So,
Right. Hey, that's a good segue into our newest uh, class that we're offering in 2026.
we have a
A little
co-parenting
co-parenting
workshop.
class.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got a co-parenting workshop that kind of teaches some of these principles that we've been talking about here today. Um, Reach out to us, man. Sign up for it. We can do it virtually. We can do it in person, regardless of whether or not that is
Groups.
one of our um, partners within the community, whether it is a personal mentoring situation with Earl and myself. We offer that workshop, man, and that is invaluable. We got different tools that we can arm you with going into those types of situations to where it'll help you out a lot tenfold. You won't come out of it feeling like you're losing all the time, and you'll understand what's really at stake. So hell yeah, man. However, that's about that workshop, man. We can get that together. Get that.
Or third-party mediation. We will
Yeah,
gladly come in and intervene,
absolutely, absolutely.
interject our opinions, and we're totally biased.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbiased. I'm sorry,
Unbiased.
totally
Yeah,
unbiased.
yeah. Totally unbiased, man. We come into the situation and we do what we need to do, and we're always going to do what's best for the family and for the kids. Again, this is something that we have personally went through years and years and years. So on the outside looking in and from the inside, man, we can kind of tell you how to navigate this thing. Definitely. So
Absolutely.
we at Firm Fatherhood appreciate it. Again, we are looking forward to big things here in 2026. We hope that you kind of come aboard. We're always looking to partner. We're always looking for different volunteers. Again, 2026, one more thing, 2026 is definitely the year of volunteering, man. Please, if this is your passion and this is something that you want to get involved with, if this is a walk or a journey that you love to be a part of, reach out to us and holler at us, man. We are looking for volunteers to kind of help us with what we got going on. We can talk about whatever it is that you want to do or how you want to help. And we need volunteers. We need help, So reach out to us and we can get that going on.
We also looking for an intern, college level, preferably a dad, or at least a parent. We try to help dads, but if you're a parent out there and you're looking for some type of internship, reach out to us.
Yeah. If you have a passion for what we do, we would love to have you on board, man. Reach out to us and let us know what's going on. All right. Again, man, this is Firm Fatherhood. This is Seed.
E-Dub.
Y'all take care, man. Love it. 2026, here we come. We out.
Sure.